Hi everybody and welcome to Age's Cozy Crochet Corner where today in the corner I've just been working on hats, making tons of hats and scarf sets. So I wanted to bring you a quick and easy and fun hat that works for male, female, and I've already done the adult size. You can find that video on my channel. This is the kid size. And more to adolescents all the way up to teen sizes. Absolutely love this hat, and it works well with a boy or a girl. I'll show you how to put the pom-poms on him because we will be duplicating these exact same hats right here. Now, I have two hats here because I don't know if you can tell that there is a slight height difference. This one is 13 inches and this one is 11 inches in height. They both are the same in width when we make them, but in height they differ. So I like this taller one, especially with girls. You know, girls tend to have ballies in their hair and maybe they have buns in their hair, and the little girls. So I put a little bit more height on it for the girls. This also works good for the boys too, but I put the extra height on it. And this one right here is just a little shorter, but I like them both. Okay. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to make the hats, and I'll show you which yarn I use for both of them. And let's get together what all of the things we'll need, and then we'll go ahead and work up a hat, and I'll show you how to do, I'll give you the numbers for both hats, the 13-inch one and the 11-inch one in height. Okay, everybody. So I want to show you what you need. Now I'm working with a medium worsted weight yarn, size 4. So I'm doing two hats like I showed you, because one is taller than the other, and I'm using the Super Saver, and this is soft navy, and I'm gonna do that for the shorter hat. And for the longer hat, we're going to use the Burnett Super Saver, and this color is lavender. And both of these are size 4 yarns, and that's going to be work out fine. Now I've made already one hat with each of these, the ones that you saw. We're just going to duplicate those. We're only going to show one being worked up, but I'm going to show you with the sizes next to each other. So just in case you wanted the colors from either one, I wanted to make sure I showed you both of the colors. You also will be needing a 5mm hook, scissors, your measuring tape. I'm gonna need 2 pom-poms, and we're gonna need our yarn needle. So those are the things we're gonna need, and we're going to get to work on. We're gonna work on the longer one only because that's the one that I like best. I like the longer one. So we're going to work on the longer one, which is the lavender one, but I will bring in this one at the end so we can see how the sizes add up. Okay, everybody, so I said we're going to start with the lavender because this one I'm going to do the 13 inches. And in order for me to get this to 13 inches, because I've already made it, I already know that it's going to take me 46 chains on my foundation chain in order to get that length. Now, you want to make sure you leave enough of tail on the bottom of there so you can weave that in without it being seen. And then we're just going to chain 46. Now if you want to do the one like the navy blue with a little bit shorter, then the chain I worked was 41, but you're going to take that to 11 inches. If you're using a different yarn or a different hook size, The measurement is 11 inches. Um, if you're using, like I used the Super Saver, and of course I already made my 11 inches right here. This takes me 41 to make my 11 inches. Okay, so 41 for the 11th inches, which was the navy blue one, which was smaller. And this one is 13 inches. So I'm going to chain 46. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Now, so you know, this pattern has no multiples of anything. What you chain will be the length of your piece. The only thing you lose is you lose one chain. So I'm going to have 45. We're working this in half doubles going down this foundation chain. So the first one I'm not going to go into that first stitch. I'm going to go into the second chain from the hook, and I'm going to make a half double. If you do not know how to make a half double, what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over into the next chain from the hook. You're going to go inside there, grab your yarn, pull through. You should have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to take all 3 off of your hook. Yarn over. We're going to go into the next chain. We're going to go in there, grab our yarn and pull back up. 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over. You're going to take off all 3. And one more time, yarn over. You're going to go into the next chain. Go in, pull up. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to take off all 3. And that's a half double. We will be doing half doubles this whole entire piece. So we're going to go all the way down this foundation chain and make half doubles. So we have done 46 chain, 46 in our foundation chain. We lost one on the turn because we went into the second chain. So we should have 45 half doubles all the way down this. Now for the navy blue one, which was 11 inches, we chained 41. We lost one on the turn, so we should have 40 half doubles all the way down. So I'm going to go all the way to the end. And I'll meet you back. So I'm almost to the end. Well, I am at the end. I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. Now that chain 1 is not counting as my first stitch here. So I want to turn, yarn over. We're not going to be going into the space right here. You know, I know you see the stitches here, 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 here. We're not going into them. I want you to slightly turn your work so where you're looking at it from the top. Now you see the V's here. We're going to go into the back loop of those V's only, just the back loop. So we're going to put our needle in between and just go through, grab the back one. Okay. And we're going to pull up and we're going to take all three off. So let's look at that again. We're going just through the back loop. So we're going to place our needle right here in the middle of that V and go behind the back one and take off all three. So we're just working in the back loop. Okay, it's the back loop of that V. Grabbing our yarn, pulling it up, and taking off all three. So as you can see, the front loop is still there. Okay, it's going to create that nice effect that we see on the ribbed hats. So we're just going to go in that V and we're just going to go through the back loop. So be scared, turn it towards you. You see just the tops. You see those V's. Grabbing the back one. And you're going to go down the whole row like that. But not only are we going to go down the whole row, and I'm going to speed it up because I'm going to talk to you as we go to the end of the row. But not only are you going to do the whole row back loop only, every row is going to be just like this row from here on out. We're going to chain one, turn our work, and go in the back loops only. And we're going to do that until we reach our 19 inches to make the hat. So we need 19 inches. We got our height down. You've decided if you want to do the 11 or the 13 or the 11, and they both go to 19 inches. So we're going to keep building on this row until we have 19 inches. Half doubles and the back loop only. It's a very, very easy, relaxing crochet hat. You can get this done definitely in a day. And it looks great. And the only other thing I want to show you as far as this hat is concerned is our ends. Now we want to make sure where our hat ends, we have straight edges. Okay, we don't want the same pull that we have going on here with our yarn. And you see how the yarn pulls right here. We don't want that look at the bottom of our piece. Now, the top of our piece is going to get closed off, but the bottom of our piece is going to get flipped up, and now we have a brim, and we don't want that there. So we're going to do half doubles in all of the stitches, okay? All of the stitches except for that last one. Now, when we get to that last stitch on every row, we're then going to go through both the front and the back. You should have two loops. You should be going through two loops, okay? So you see how that is. Instead of going to the side, and looking at the front, instead of going just through that back one, we're going to go through both of them. And let me show you what it looks like when you go just through the back. Then you have a top. Your end will look like that. We don't want that. So when we go through both loops at the last stitch on every row, it's going to look like that. Okay. So when we get to the end of the row, we're going to chain one on every row and turn our work. Chain one does not count for that first space, so we're going to go turn our work to the side. Remember, we're not working in these stitches right here where we can see. We're not working in those. We're going to turn our work to the front, and we're working on the top of our piece, only in the back loops. Oh, missed it completely. See, only in the back loops. So again, we're going to do this for 19 inches. Making sure that we chain one at the end of every row and then turn our work. And also making sure at the end of every row, the last stitch, we go into both loops. Our last stitch is going through both of the loops instead of just the back one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get to my 19 inches and for both of them, because I want to show you both of them, and I'll come back in and we'll move on to closing off our hats. Okay, everybody, so I have completed all of my rows, all way down to 19 inches. Okay, so I've gone from the top to the I've gone from where we began and kept going until I had 19 inches. Now for this yarn that I'm using, the Bernhardt, it took me 42 rows to get to this length of 19 inches. Now, both of them are going to be done if you're doing the taller one, which this one is 13 inches in height, or if you're doing the one that is 11 inches in height, it's still going to be 19 rows. Now, the 19 should stretch to 22, okay? Because this is very stretchy, so I want to put this here, put the 22, it's right up under my thumb, right here, and you see that it will stretch to the 22, okay? So that means this hat is going to cover most of the youth sizes all the way to where I begin my adult sizes at 22. So if you need adult sizes for this, you can check out my adult video. Now, I just wanted to use this piece to show you how much of a difference there is. There's not much difference. It's not much difference in height. But I wanted to pin them both together so you can see the height difference here. This one, oh sorry, this one, like I said, is the 11 inches, and the one behind it is going to be boop, let's move that away, and the one behind it is 13 inches. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, you can't see the 13, is 13 inches. So with that being said, is not much of a difference, but when we close it, it just gives it a little bit extra. So again, you already saw from the beginning how different they look. Again, it's not a big difference, but I wanted you to see. So now that we have this right here all done and we got our roll amounts on, we're gonna fold it. I'm gonna pull this down some. And now that it's completely folded, what we're going to do is we're going to start here and we're going to slip stitch this down here. So let me show you how to slip stitch. Okay, so I'm gonna get my hook back in there and I'm going to chain one. Now you see this first stitch right here. I'm going to go inside that first stitch and I'm going to grab my back piece, well, the other opposite side, and I'm going to go through the first stitch there, and I'm going to pull through, and then this loop on our hook, we want to take this one through there, and that is a slip stitch. So the next one, we want to go through this stitch and we want to go through the stitch in the back, the same, the next one, pull through, and we want to slip stitch, just go through that, and again we want to go through the next one here and the next one in the back, grab our yarn, pull it through both, and we want to pull this loop through this one. And we keep going down, grab our yarn, pull through, and pull through that one. Go through both, grab our yarn, pull through, and go through that one. And we're going to keep doing that all the way down this line until we get to the end. And it should be evenly matched. We made sure we kept the same amount of stitches from the beginning of our rows, from our first row always to our last row. So we're going to slip stitch all the way down this line. Okay, so I've made it to my last stitch, and I slip stitch there. Now when I'm finished, I want to make one single crochet. Now I'll have to go around this whole piece so I can bring this in for my head. So I want to have, before I cut my yarn, enough yarn to go around my whole head and add my pom-pom. Okay, so I have quite a bit of yarn here, and then I'm going to cut. Now I'm going to grab my yarn and pull all of that through here. Probably have way more than I need, but it's okay. And then I'm going to pull that down. Now this is where we started from, the piece which we started with. I'm going to leave this here because I'm going to use it to tie down my piece from the inside at the end of it. So I am now going to turn my hat on the right side. So I'm flipping it on the opposite side. Let's take a look at where our seam is. Wait a minute. Can't even find it. Okay. And this is what it looks like where we sewed, slip stitch down. That's what it looks like. So that piece of yarn that we just saved, I'm going to get it and pull it through to this side. Yeah, this thing is super long. Don't think I needed it that long. All right. All right. So now we have the top of our head right here. I'm going to take and I'm going to put this on through my yarn needle. Now it's time to bring that in. And now what we want to do is go to where we ended at, which was right here, and insert your hook and start weaving it in and out, in and out, all along here, just at the top. Weaving it in and out, and pull through. And you're gonna go all the way around till you get back to where you started. So, as you go, you can pull it. You see this? You can pull it as you go. And we're almost back around. Yep. In and out, in and out. And that piece, make sure it goes inside. And we want to stop right at the beginning of where we started. Last pull. Now we look at it like this, and we pull it. Pull it completely, as much as you can, without popping your yarn. All right, now we have just a small opening here. I want to take and run from one side to the opposite side, still going through the tops. And pull. Now I want to go from the other opposite side to this side here. And then pull. And I want to do that again because I want to make sure my top is secured. we're just gonna go weave in and out until we have no opening in the top of our hat. And pull tight. I'm gonna come inside my hat, and as you see, there's no opening. Now if you don't want to put a pom-pom here, then I would just weave in a few spaces and then go in the inside of my hat. If you're going to put a pom-pom, I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we'll do the closing. Off and snipping of our yarn. Okay, it's taking me so long because I have this extremely long string for no reason. So if you're not going to put a pom-pom on it, you're just going to go through to the other side and grab your yarn and just wait for me and I'll get there. But if you're putting your pom-pom on, now is the time when you want to grab that thing. Be a little shake out. I'm just going to go through that little loop already sitting there for me, and then I'm going to go back into my hat and come up and go back into my loop again. And then I'm going to pull this down. Use two hands. Okay. See that? It's on there. But me being me, I'm going to go through it again. So I'm going to go through my loop again. Go through my hat and come on out. And pull it down. Now I'm going to go in the inside of my hat. So for those who didn't put a pom-pom, you're already there waiting for me. So we're going inside our hat and pulling it out. Let us pop this way so we can see the inside of our hat. Now what we want to do is just weave this back and forth so we know it's secure. So I'm going to give a couple weaves, maybe like 3 times. Two, and one more time for good measure. Let's see. 3. Now I'm going to cut this extremely long piece of yarn. I'm going to cut it down some. Now we have the part where we just cut. Now this was from the beginning that we left in there. I'm going to tie it twice. 1 and 2. Now these particular ends I will weave in back and forth. But let's look at the 13-inch hat. Flip our brim, little cuffage there. And I like this hat. I like this size better, probably because I'm always making them for the girls. The other size is good for boys, they don't have all that hair and stuff under there. So let me show you how the other one turned out. Okay, so I wanted to show you the other hat. Um, Now, that same piece from the beginning that I said, it's usually winds up on this end. Well, depending on what row you stop at, it's not going to be on the opposite side. It's going to be on this side, okay? So it depends on what row you stop on. Had I stopped on, did one more row, then it would have been on the other side here, like on this hat. So I wanted to take an opportunity to say that that piece is not always going to be there. And seeing as though it's not always going to be there, when it's not there and you come out on the other end because you don't have anything to tie a knot with and you're weaving through, I would stop and go through here to make a knot, okay? So I'm gonna do that again just to make sure you saw it. So I'm gonna go through, but I'm gonna go through here to make a knot, okay? And just weave that through without the knot. And then cut. Alright. And then that also means, oh, look at that pom-pom on there. That also means that you must come to where you started from and weave in this portion here. So I'm weaving in right on that join section that we made with the slip stitches. Okay, that's it. Gonna cut that. Now look at that one. I'm gonna turn this one up too. So as you see, they both, oh wait, oh, I didn't cut that. Cut that. Okay, so as you see, they both are good size. They're not that much difference. I just like to give the girls a little bit more space. These are super cool, fun hats. Really simple, boy or girl. Absolutely love these. Like I said, boy or girl. They're just perfect. And there you go. So if you're looking for adult sizes, like I said, these ones are 19 to 22. If you're looking for adult sizes, I do have the adult video. It's done in the exact same way. We just will be changing the length and we will be changing the width and how many rows we do. But super easy, quick, one-day hats. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time on the corner. And make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to hear when I put out new videos, and like this video if you like it, okay? And you guys have a great one. Bye. Boop, boop.